pertaining to skin and skin care. So you can find all the webinars and dates and topics on our website, revivalabs.com. Go to the About Us tab, click on that, and look under the events. And you will see a list of all the webinars we have planned for the rest of the year. And if there's a particular topic you'd like us to address in a webinar or a blog post, please let us know. We want to be responsive to your needs. And also, if you know someone who is missing today's presentation, again, you can find this on our website. It will be posted. Just give us about 24 hours. So maybe check back tomorrow for the March presentation webinar. And that would be under, again, revivalabs.com under our blog tab. So everything is posted. So even if you missed January or February, please go and check. Okay. So, and lastly, point of business is I will take questions at the end of the presentation. It's just a little bit easier for me to manage. I will open up the chat bot and we'll see what you have to say. Okay, so let's begin. For those of you who don't know or much about Reviva Labs or know very little, let's start there. Let's get to know each other. We did launch in 1973. And our founders, Stephen and Judith Strassler, had one goal, and that was to create safe, effective skin treatments that produce visible results at a reasonable price. And a little fun fact here, Mr. Stephen Strassler was one of the first estheticians in the United States. And he identified many needs and key ingredients and brought those to the masses. And for nearly half a century, Reviva Labs has established itself as a superior natural skincare brand and has attracted generations, literally generations of loyal customers. And we're very committed to using only the highest quality ingredients that are both safe and effective as we continue to formulate suitable products for all skin types. So that's a little bit about us. So I think that the best way to begin today's topic of understanding the difference between chemical and mechanical or physical exfoliation is to understand a little bit about the structure of skin and what's going on. So you understand why you need an exfoliator. So our skin is composed of the epidermis, that's the layer you can see and touch. The dermis, that's the inner layer. That really these little images are of elastin and collagen, and as well as a protective layer of fat that sits underneath the dermis. Now, the epidermis is where we're going to really focus our efforts today, is made up of layers of cells, which are constantly dividing to form new cells. And as the new cells form, they move up towards the surface of the epidermis, and as they do so, see, let's take this little cell here. It would move up, split and divide, approximately takes about 2 to 4 weeks. And as it moves to the surface of the cell, here listed as the cuticle, also referred to as the stratum corneum, it flattens out as it loses moisture and it becomes harder so it can withstand the environment. And then it eventually dies off. And as it reaches the topmost layer of the skin. And you know, all things being equal, it sloughs off on its own, but sometimes things can go wrong. So let's take a closer look at what can go wrong with cell turnover. New cells can be inhibited by things like hormone fluctuations. Sun exposure is a huge one. I mean, think about it. When you expose your skin to the sun, and let's say you just forgot your sunscreen or you're out too long and you get a sunburn, what happens? Your skin becomes red, and then a few days later it peels. Well, that's your cell turnover accelerating. The top layers of the skin cells have communicated down to the other skin cells saying, uh-oh, we're in trouble up here. It's inflamed. We can't handle it. We're not going to be able to protect the barrier like we're supposed to. Send more skin cells quickly, and that's what happens. The cell turnover is accelerated in order to provide a new fresh layer of skin after the top one was burned. Dirt, oil, pollutants also build up on our skin and affect how quickly the cell can turn over. And when we are not exfoliating, those dead skin cells build up, causing dull skin or worse, clogging our pores, which can lead to blemishing. Additionally, as we age, our skin regenerates more slowly. Maybe it doesn't take 2 to 4 weeks. Maybe it takes 3 to 5, 3 to 6 weeks for the skin cells to turn over and replace the ones on top. So that means our skin isn't shedding those dead skin cells as quickly as they once did. And as those dead skin cells accumulate, the skin looks dull, dry, and even flaky in spots. So that leads us directly to the purpose of exfoliation. Regular exfoliation will help our skin cells by removing the dull, dry, rough layer of dead skin cells to reveal the clearer, brighter skin. And number two, and I think a little bit more importantly, as we as a skincare company, it allows skincare and key ingredients to reach the newer cells where they can do the most good. I mean, think about it. What good is it if your skin, top layer of skin, is dry and dull, and you keep putting on your serums and your moisturizer? You know how sometimes it doesn't penetrate, or you feel like you're just rubbing in your moisturizer for much longer than you did once before? That's because it is hitting the dry, dead skin cells and not being absorbed by the fresh, newer skin cells, and being able to do the good that it's supposed to do with all the the key ingredients, peptides, vitamin C, whatever you're using. It's just bouncing off. So that's the real purpose of exfoliation. Now let's take a look at types of exfoliation. There's basically two types. Various items fall into two different categories, I should say. So mechanical, also known as physical exfoliation, is achieved by using friction to remove the dead skin cells. And this friction is generally achieved by using a tool, like a washcloth or soft facial brush, or some type of an abrasive or scrubbing, quote unquote, material like oatmeal, crushed almonds, rice bran, etc. And we'll go a little bit more into this more in depth in a couple of slides. But it's important to note under the mechanical or physical exfoliation items, make sure that you're not harming the skin. And by that, I mean the tool or material that you use to exfoliate should not cause any discomfort, nor should you be left with excess redness. If you are, then I would encourage you to, one of two things. Think about a softer mechanical exfoliator. So let's say if you're using something with beads, you might want to go to oatmeal or crushed almonds, or just use a nice soft brush. Or number two, if you're excessively red, you're doing it maybe too often. So again, we'll get into this a little bit more later, but nothing should hurt your skin through exfoliation. And that includes the chemical category. Chemical exfoliators exfoliation is achieved through products containing ingredients like alpha hydroxy acids, also known as AHAs, or beta hydroxy acids, BHAs, or fruit enzymes. And one is not necessarily better than the other. We'll explore these a little bit more in a minute. But they all work the same. They work by penetrating the top layer of skin and dissolving or loosening that bond between the cells that then would promote the regeneration of new skin cells. So let's take a closer look first at the chemicals, or the alpha hydroxy acids, the AHAs. So glycolic acid. Glycolic acid is derived from sugarcane and has a small molecular weight, which basically allows it to penetrate more deeply into the skin to loosen that bond. It is great for sun-damaged skin or aging skin because it tends to smooth the fine lines and encouraging brightening as it's loosening all those dead skin cells. Lactic acid, made from the lactose in milk, is terrific for sensitive skins, maybe once or twice a week, but other skin types can use it more often. It has a little bit of a larger molecular weight, so it doesn't penetrate as deeply, which makes it great for sensitive skins. Mandelic acid is usually derived from almond extracts, and it is the largest molecule, AHA, So it penetrates the skin at a slower rate and is typically combined with other AHAs to increase exfoliation. So basically, I set up this chart, if you want to think about it this way, as glycolic acid being the smallest, the one that can penetrate the quickest and most easily. Lactic is the medium size, and mandelic is the largest size molecule. So small, medium, large, depending on what kind of skin type you have. You should take that into consideration. This is how they're all effective, but this is how they'll work and how deeply they'll work into your skin. Again, just loosening that bond between the dead skin cell and the fresh skin cell. Enzymes are gentler and better tolerated than some AHAs are. They're derived from fruit, most commonly papaya, which is papain, that's the enzyme, pineapple, which is bromelain, and then at Reviva, we use a pumpkin as well, Lactobacillus crepita. And they work by breaking down the major protein in the skin called keratin. And by breaking down the keratin, these cells, then they're just more easily sloughed and more gently sloughed away. So you end up with what you want, which is a smoother, more radiant complexion. A lot of people don't think about enzymes, but they are right up there as a chemical exfoliator and really, really effective and gentle. And lastly, under the chemical exfoliators, we have beta hydroxy acid, BHAs. BHAs are oil soluble, and generally work in almost exactly the same way as AHAs, but BHAs are able to penetrate more deeply into the pores to remove the dead skin cells and excess sebum or oil. So making them especially good with people with oily or breakout prone skin. The most common BHA is salicylic acid. It's a well-known acne treatment due to its ability to keep the pores clear of dirt and oil. But I think, equally important is that BHA, salicylic acid, also helps to calm inflammation and redness. So again, it's great, especially good for people with oily or breakout prone skin. So at Reviva, chemical exfoliants. And the best way to do it with some of our products, if you're looking for anti-aging support, basically to minimize fine lines, brighten dull skin tone, and in general nourish and maintain a healthy glow, you have a couple of different choices here. In our brightening collection, the mildly exfoliating, brightening facial cleanser. It is mildly exfoliating with lactic acid and a little bit of cornmeal, with an added bonus of mulberry, lime, kojic acid, and vitamin C to brighten the skin. So again, remember I said lactic acid, that's the middle size, more gentle than glycolic acid, and can be used every day for a mild exfoliation right in the beginning of your cleansing process. In the anti-aging collection, you'll find glycolic acid that's used in 3 different items. Our glycolic acid facial cleanser, which has roughly about 3% or so of glycolic acid in it. So right off the bat in the cleansing process, you start to loosen those dull, dead, dry skin cells, followed with our glycolic acid facial toner, which has about 4% or more or so glycolic acid in it. Just sloughing away what's ever remaining and left, giving you a brighter look. Again, these are all combined with very, very comforting ingredients like aloe, allantoin. That's basically what we use, aloe and allantoin in both these products, as well as some lavender, to just make it a gentle cleansing process. And then you can follow up with the 10% glycolic acid cream. Now, by layering the glycolic acid, it's not going to be too much for your skin, and in fact, it's going to enhance and improve the benefits. It's one of our key distinctions as a brand. We strongly believe in layering, and how that works is also layering of ingredients. If you layer a particular ingredient in a cleanser, toner, serum, moisturizer, your skin will receive the benefit and a synergistic benefit at that, and improve the look that you're trying to achieve. So the 10% glycolic acid cream does promote a real textural difference in your skin. This is particularly good for sun-damaged skin and brightening a dull skin tone. I would recommend, again, because the glycolic acid is the smallest and the best able to penetrate the skin, if you just do a little patch test on your skin first before using maybe the 10% glycolic acid cream. By a patch test, I mean you put just a little bit of the cream on your underarm, between your elbow and your armpit. That's a very sensitive area of skin. It typically doesn't see the sun, so it's very soft and a great place to test any product really on your skin, because how your skin reacts under the arm is how it's going to react on the face. So if you have no reaction, go for it and use these products. I can't say enough about them. I use them every day myself. So personal experience here. And lastly, in our hydrating collection, the ultra rich, ultra light daytime moisture with vitamin C. We put a little bit of lactic acid in here with vitamin C to work to smooth and brighten dull skin. And really, dry skin probably has the most challenge with the rough spots from time to time. So just a little bit of lactic acid mixed in with the moisturizing benefits is a great way to get everything you need in one moisturizer. And particularly now that we're moving from winter to spring, you will start noticing that I would step up the exfoliation process a little bit, adding some of these products into your regimen if you don't already have it in there, because your skin is going to react to seasons slightly differently, depending on where you live in the country. I'm based in Los Angeles, and we're basically a summertime all the time, but we were a little colder this morning. We were in the 40s, so I do consider that a winter time, and looking forward to the spring. Okay, let's look at types of physical exfoliation. 3 general types. You have your real physical exfoliators like washcloths, loofahs, sponges, motorized or manual facial brushes, or pumice stone would be considered a physical exfoliator as well. Then you have certain materials like crushed almonds, oatmeal, sugar, rice bran, and tiny beads that you find in maybe exfoliators or masks. These are items that, again, causing the friction in the product to, when you work it into your skin, you are manually eliminating the dead skin cells. And also bamboo charcoal, white lava rock, and bentonite and kaolin clays are also considered exfoliators, physical exfoliators, because again, you may work those into your skin after you use it as a mask. So again, it's all about the friction and manually eliminating the dead skin cells. So at Reviva Labs, if you want weekly maintenance to eliminate the dull, dry skin and restore brightness, you have a number of different options. And I'd also like to say that to use these masks, which I'll review in just a second, they all have immediate results, right? So you immediately feel the difference in your skin. You can see the difference in your skin after using a physical exfoliator. So these are great to use before applying your makeup. It helps your foundation go on more smoothly. Not only does it make your moisturizer penetrate better, but putting your foundation or your powder on right on top, or make a primer, whatever you're using, it's just going to go on more smoothly and give you a better finish to your makeup. So under the Restoring collection, we have our Light Skin Peel Mild Exfoliant. We use crushed almonds to provide that gentle exfoliation, but we've also added in a fruit enzyme, the papaya, the papain, and some BHA, the salicylic acid, to help with the deep cleansing of the pores. This is a terrific mask exfoliant. You can keep it on. I tend to keep it on a little bit longer just to make sure that the salicylic acid is really getting into the cleansing my pores. But it is mild enough to use 2 to 3 times a week. Yeah, and this has been with us for a long time. It's one of the crowd favorite. The bamboo charcoal mask gently exfoliates and deep cleanses with lava powder and bamboo charcoal and the bentonite clay. Man, this is another one that I love. It is gentle to use multiple times a week because basically blended into those exfoliators is a whole blend of organic oils. Really, really organic oils that like sunflower, coconut, jojoba, tea tree, borage, flaxseed oil, and I'm leaving half of them out. It is, you just feel, your skin feels so, so good from the exfoliation and then the immediate moisturization from those organic oils. And the fruit enzyme mask, restoring collection, in our restoring collection. This uses multiple fruit acids from pumpkin to papaya to pineapple to just gently dissolve this dead skin cells. And it helps to balance and it just overall improve the tone, the skin tone of, your skin tone. And you can use this 2 to 3 times a week as well. Can you tell I'm excited about these guys? I love these guys. I just love exfoliation. I just really feel it's, it improves my skin. And yeah, I do it regularly. And least we forget our body. The body skin cells don't turn over quite as quickly as the skin cells on our face, but it still needs to help with the regular exfoliation. And in particular, your hands, elbows, feet tend to become dry and flaky. So using a physical exfoliator like a loofah or a washcloth or a body scrub will enable your body moisturizer to penetrate more deeply and your skin will be smoother. And in our charcoal collection, we have the coconut charcoal white lava rock body wash. Keep this in your shower. I'm telling you, just keep it in the shower. It's mildly foaming and cleansing, but it exfoliates with the lava rock and other rich botanicals. So it just really rejuvenates your skin. The whole family can use this. And then after exfoliation, you need to nourish the skin. And this is important for 2 reasons. You need to replenish any natural oils, surface oils, or moisturization that you may lose during the exfoliation. And remember, the whole purpose of exfoliation is to remove the dead skin cells, let those new skin cells come up as they are, and apply so they receive the best from the serums and moisturizers or whatever other products, whether it's smoother foundation or powder in your facial, in your beauty products. Everything will work more effectively and absorb better when it's not bouncing off of dead skin cells. And again, particularly change of seasons, winter time, being in heated, forced heated areas can just zap your skin of moisture. So the more you can exfoliate, the better. So that's it on exfoliation. So I'm just going to come out a little bit and see if you can hear me. Okay. Does anybody have any questions at this point on exfoliation, on Reviva? Please just type it into the chat pod there. I can see it and read off your question. I hope by now people who had trouble with hearing the presentation can hear me. And again, this presentation will be posted on our website under the tab of blog. And if you're looking for the events going forward, look on our website, revivalabs.com, under the About Us tab and events. And we love hearing from you now or on our website. So if there are no further questions, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope I've shared information that you're interested in. And please visit our website to see what kind of specials we may have going on, or if you need anything from us, please let us know. And with that, I will say stay well, everyone, and look forward to hearing from you all next month. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.